Absolutely livid. Horrible Manc accent. But anyway, a lot of Manchester United fans not happy after their performance against Chelsea, where they lost out to another Big Six opponent. They've tied to Liverpool this season already, which was deemed an okay performance in order to get the job done. And then they lose at Stamford Bridge. And this is where champions emerge. And this is where I had Jose Mourinho team. I firmly expected this to at least be a draw. I didn't see Manchester United losing this game, but it shows the flaws in their characteristics at the moment, still trying to push to be the top contending team in England. And the first half they had one shot on goal. Yes, you can be defensive, but this is where Jose Mourinho's style, when you're up against another another tactical mastermind, it becomes a chess match that with home field advantage and a little bit more confidence, it's even tougher. If Manchester United stepped it up a little bit, maybe they wouldn't rely on the long ball in the last 5 minutes into Fellaini, and that's where fans get frustrated, because I've defended Mourinho. I defended his defensive performance against Tottenham that got the job done, but a good manager will know when to adjust, and I feel like it was just too little too late for Manchester United. In Chelsea, Alvaro Morata's goal, there's no excuse. Central defenders need to be able to pick up runners and understand each other's position. Is that Jose responding to me already? Yeah, I think so. He's not happy with me. So basically, when you watch the goal back, it's just simple football where Alvaro Morata makes the diagonal run in between two centre defenders, and both Phil Jones and I believe Eric Bailly, they don't track their runners well enough, and they're caught misaligned. And I always talked about this when I used to do the old tactics videos once upon a time. Is that you have to, when I used to play central defence, they used to tie a rope to us. Yeah, it seems a little bit sadistic, but it used to work. Tie a rope along the back line so that you're always knowing where your teammate's moving, because if he moves and you've got the rope on, you're literally getting dragged with him. I'm not here to teach Jose Mourinho how to be a defensive specialist. He knows how to do that, but that's just communication between the centre backs, and Morata just wanders in and he's got a free header, and that's not good enough at any level. I expect that from Arsenal, and I expect that from maybe Liverpool, but if Manchester United really want to be a contender, you got to do better. And when you look at the Premier League table now, as I'll get on to Manchester City, it's now 8 points. That's a lot at this point in the season. Manchester City have really emerged themselves as favourites, and I touted them to win the Premier League at the start. Now, I'm not going to give myself a pat in the back already. I just thought off-season they strengthened parts of their team that they had to, and I know they start well. And when you start well, it's just about maintaining. You don't need to play this way the entire season, because you know that's going to be tough. But it's just about when you do hit that blip. The other teams in the Premier League, I don't think are good enough to fully take advantage of that at the moment. That's just my thoughts. I think that Manchester United are always due a slip up, and Tottenham are due a slip up, and Chelsea are due a slip up. But Manchester City, at the moment, discarding with teams that are supposedly on their same playing field with ease. Their performance against Arsenal don't track runners either. Aaron Ramsey just let Kevin De Bruyne wander by him. You know he's going to do the give and go. You know he's confident left and right. You cannot give him an inch, but he just watches him as he plays a 1-2 round him. That's where Arsenal's flaw has always been for me. Yeah, I don't think they spend enough, but they don't have leaders in the middle of the park like Aaron Ramsey and Xhaka and Cazorla when he was fit. Like, there's no grit in there. There's no one who's a Fernandinho that's going to hunt, or an N'Golo Kante that's going to hunt that ball. They're just far too easily bypassed in the middle of the park. Far too easy. When you look at the past days when Arsenal were that dominant team, Patrick Vieira had that game played in his mind before the game even came into fruition. That's what you need, a good centre midfielder, and that's why I give Manchester United more props than the likes of Arsenal, because they got an Nemanja Matic who's going to be able to help them get to that next level. But Arsenal just don't have a good enough centre midfielder or a good enough backline and a good enough team in general, and that's why a 3-1 loss against Manchester City is as expected as anything else. And watching Manchester City go forward on the counter-attack, even if teams do happen to put the pressure on them, they're going to be so susceptible to counter-attack football and conceding goals, because Manchester City attack, it's such ferocity. Raheem Sterling's really coming into his own in confidence. He won the penalty cutting across Montreal, who pushed a little bit higher trying to get that goal. And that's the problem. If you go down against Manchester City at the Etihad, there's no team in the world at the moment that I am confident can make a comeback and win against Manchester City, because they look that good. And I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm usually one to be a little bit more cautious on predicting Man City's downfalls and uprisings, but this team looked very good. It's the best start, I believe, in Pep Guardiola's career. I read that somewhere, or Manchester City's, but either way, I would not want to come up against them. Luna, come on, we're talking about Manchester City here. Unbelievable. So let us know what you think in the comment section below. Premier League taking shape in the moment. Is it all but in Manchester City's hands? Francis M. Maxwell on all social media platforms. I'll see you soon.